guys, welcome to another Grammar Tutor. Today we will be continuing our discussion on parts of speech. But for those of you who have not viewed our previous videos, let us just briefly introduce ourselves. So my name is Dasang and I will be going into 11th grade.
Hi, I'm Eileen, and I'm going to be going into 9th grade.
And I'm Grant, and I'm also going into 9th grade.
So today we will be discussing adjectives, which is the 6 out of 8 parts of speech that we will be talking about throughout this series. So adjectives basically describe a noun. It says here that they modify nouns, pronouns, nouns as in like a thing. Pronouns are things that substitute nouns, and also other adjectives. So here are a few examples. There's short, tall, skinny, fat. Those are kind of describing a person or a thing's composition. 7, which is a number. Red is a color, and smart is like a personality trait, a characteristic. So these can all be classified as adjectives. We have an example sentence here that says, his hands are gigantic. So in this case, gigantic is the adjective, and it's describing this person, his hands. So that would be describing a noun. And here is the tall, skinny man reached down to the short child. So we kind of have two nouns here, one's man, one's child. And in this case, tall and skinny are describing the man, which is a noun. And similarly, short is describing child. So you kind of see that all of these adjectives are related to a noun, pronoun, or another adjective. So then we go into further breaking down these types of adjectives, which, Grant?
Okay, so we can break these down into comparative and superlative adjectives, but not all adjectives are comparative and superlative. Keep that in mind. So these are just subcategories of adjectives. So comparative adjectives compare exactly two things, only exactly two, can't be any other number. So examples are bigger, smaller, taller, and shorter. So most comparative adjectives will end in ER, but not in every case. But most of them will, just like in all these examples. So an example of using a comparative adjective is going to be, my hands are bigger than yours. So bigger is the comparative adjective that's comparing my hands and your hands, basically. So it's comparing exactly two things, my hands and your hands. Should I also do superlative?
Sure.
Okay, so superlative adjectives compare 3 or more things. So it's just the comparative. Comparative is 2, and then superlative will be 3 or more. And then examples are biggest, smallest, tallest, and shortest. These are the exact superlative forms of the comparative adjectives, the examples of comparative adjectives where we had bigger, smaller, taller, shorter. So, and most of them, just like comparatives, mostly end in ER. These all usually end in EST. So an example sentence would be, out of the 4 of us, my hands are the biggest. So biggest is a superlative adjective in this case, and it's comparing 4 people's hands, which is 3 or more. So in this case, you use superlative adjectives, which is biggest. So should I do this too?
Sure.
Okay, so there's kind of like a order with so we have normal adjective, in this case is great, and then the comparative adjective becomes greater, and then superlative adjective is greatest. So that's a normal example, and then here is a irregular example of normal, comparative, superlative. So the normal adjective is good, and then the comparative adjective becomes better, and the superlative adjective becomes best. So that's a little bit different, and that's a little bit of an irregular version.
Yeah, thank you, Grant. And that basically concludes our very fundamental discussion on adjectives. Again, as you'll see in our next few videos, we'll kind of go more in depth about the concepts and the characteristics of these parts of speeches. But other than that, yeah, we hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe to this channel, And if you would like, we highly encourage you guys to ring that notification bell to be notified of our upcoming uploads. Yeah, we have a lot of content in store for you during the course of this summer, and we hope to see you next time. Thank you. Bye.